It is difficult for the eye to follow the movements of a cock heel. At least it is for me, but almost anyone can see the results of a blow. After each buckle or exchange or blow, if you see the one cock appears to have struck about a pound, you can be sure that the opposing cock has done some effective cutting. Look where he hits. This is an obsession with me. If a cock does not look where he is hitting and strike nothing, I want no part of him. So many cocks have good leg action and strike properly, but don't look where they are striking. They pound the air in all directions, but hit nothing, wear themselves out, and do no damage. On the other hand, certain cocks draw a bead. Any gunner say, will every shot, if you are in the pit with him or close by, you can see his eyes focus about a certain portion of the opponent's anatomy, head, breast, or back, and strike within a quarter inch of where he is looking. It does not take many blows, so directed to bring an opponent down. One such crack is more effective than 100 wild playlings on the air. Year ago, old Mr. M.J. Bowen sent me a stag which had won 7 times in short tails in her first season, and was up for his 8th fight. I told MJ to cap it out and send him to me, which he did. When the stag arrived, I was disgusted with him. I was disgusted with him. Long flat body, narrow shoulders, build just like a duck, nothing prepossessing about him. But when I sparred him, I could see those beady eyes concentrate on a defined spot every stroke. He hit with marksmanship accuracy, and in no time at all, he had my prized brute cock on the ropes. He taught me a lesson I have never forgotten. Weakness. Rare is the cock which does not have a weakness of some sort. He may have a host of grand qualities, but if he has even one pronounced weakness, his opponent is almost sure to find it and to take advantage of it. The weakness could be any of an old man, low-headedness, ducking, etc. You can breed out this weakness in time, but while doing so, you are breeding out of its good qualities as well. The result is that his influence in the line becomes lost entirely, and you might just as well not have started with him in the first place. You can breed out just the faults and retain the virtues. Excuse me. When one goes, they all go. So in selecting your brute cock, make sure he has no prominent weakness which you must get it out. Chapter 4. Fighting characteristics. No two people seems to agree in how a cock should fight. Even after a fight is over, they seldom agree as to what enabled the one to win and what caused the other to lose. One man is impressed by a certain characteristic, the other man by different one entirely. The type of heel used causes further differences of opinion. Undoubtedly, all of us are influenced by our early teaching. Subconsciously, we remember what Uncle Ben, Old Man Smith, told us years ago. Their teaching could be right, or they might be wrong. I've seen men who have been fighting chicken for 60 years, who were the poorest judges of a cock fighting form of anyone at pitside. Many times, a man while Sismore is more realistic and factual and is a far better judge than the cocker himself. The latter is handicapped by prejudices and early teaching. The wife is not. She sees things as they are. Accordingly, it is vitally important for the cocker breeder to develop a connect standard of fighting characteristic of his own. If he does not do this, free from prejudice or sentiment, he is not going to get far. We have already discussed the important fighting characteristic of gameness: cutting, power, deliberate, accurate striking, ability to restrain punch, balance, and the absence of any pronounced fighting weakness or fault. There are a number of other features to be considered and evaluated. I call them my checklist. Before every mating season, I go over them as they apply to each individual in the brood pens. They serve as reminder, for it is so easy to forget or overlook important requirements. Number 1, quickness. I emphasize quickness as opposed to reckless and purposeless speed. Quickness takes a variety of forms. Letter A, quick to take advantage of an opening or opportunity. Letter B, quick to beat opponent to the punch and keep him off balance. Letter C, quick to get in a second lick in the same battle. What boxer term the 1-2 punch. Many times it is the second lick delivered when opponent is off balance or motionless, which does the damage. Letter D, quick to kick instantly on both his own and his opponent's bill hold. This is both an offensive and defensive move. All long-heel men are accurately aware of the importance of the characteristic, since a single failure could bring disaster. Letter E, weakness is largely a matter of reflexes, which can be sharpened by conditioning, but is also inherited, so be mindful of this existence. Number 2, fight high. It is an advantage for a cock to fight over on top of his adversary rather than being underneath him at all times. This refers not merely to be opening break, but throughout this battle, some cocks naturally fight high. Other tends to fight low. The style is largely inherited, so watch out for it when selected your brood cock. Number 3, reaching out. Some cock reach out in front of them with their blows much farther than others. There are usually the ones which are in pairs at present, and I am breeding a cock in preference to one of his many brothers, solely because the reaches out so far with the blows. I first noticed that while catching him when he was still ugly and wild, every time I attempted to grab him, he hit me not on my hand but on my elbow. He really reached out every shot. He did the same thing in his battle drop. His man, the first shot. One time I was fighting a main against Tom Murphy, who was the finest judge of a cock fighting style I ever knew. After the main, which he won 5 or 4, he said to me, I thought that second cock you fought was the best bird of the day. I felt complimented. I rather preferred my fourth cock. He cast a withering eye at me, such as a school teacher might use upon a second grader, and said, "You did." Well, I didn't. The second cock of yours broke high head back, feet way out front, That's the kind that can kill you with one lick, and that's just what happened. It occurred years ago, but it was a lesson I never forgot. I hope the past is along to you. It is what I mean when I said you must develop a standard of tiny characteristic of your own, free from prejudice or sentiment. Okay, part 4.